morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome to the Mental House with me, your host, Khadija. Uh, okay, it was brought. I got one of those emails where somebody says, I was going hard for Bill Cosby a year or so ago when this stuff first started, and that I hadn't made a video since. Um, and that's probably an accurate assessment. And I think I even said it on the video last year or whenever that was. Excuse me. I think I even mentioned that I'm not saying that Bill Cosby. I don't know. I can't really say. I I know I compared it a lot with what was happening with Roman Polanski. Um, and just a double standard. I think that was a lot of my focus. And I also thought that Gloria Allred had found a bunch of women. A lot of these women were fake. A lot of these women knew this, just jumped on the lawsuit bandwagon. However, when it got up to be like about, 50 and shit like that, I was like, listen, I'm not no fool. I know where there's smoke, there's fire. And I remember what happened with the basketball player and the settlement. And I also know the time. Listen, I used to walk on the wild side, and I'm telling you, I've seen a lot, I've done a lot, and I took what Bill Cosby said in the courtroom totally different than a lot of people took it. So, being that as a musician, as a person that's been around a lot of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, I knew that, in my opinion, and this was just my opinion, maybe I'm jaded. I know when he said something to the effect of, yes, I have gotten pills to for that purpose. That did not to me mean necessarily that I gave them to her. Constance does not necessarily mean I didn't say I gave her that to get her this, because as y'all know, just like it is today, if you still using drugs, you need to be honest with yourself. Um, a lot of times when you are getting high, y'all call it, let's watch some Netflix and chill. That's what y'all call it. So the person comes over and they bring, some weed or some alcohol, which is the worst drug, or they bring cocaine, whatever the drug of choice is. I don't think y'all gonna chill if y'all doing that woo woo woo. But my point I'm trying to make is I didn't look at it like all these women were innocent, because I know how I lived. Some of the people, if you say, hey, you knew who that get party set was. And if I was going somewhere where they were doing drugs, I knew exactly where I was going. And I knew who had it. It was available. So I looked at that just a little different. Now I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to paint myself. Like I said, I'm real with it. I'm not trying to paint myself as some little angel. I've been through a lot, y'all. I've been through a lot in these streets. I may not look like it, thank God. And but that's there's a lot going on out there. There's a lot of things that I wish I could have did a lot different, but it's too late now. I can just go from where I'm at. So, but when Bill Cosby said that, I didn't think anything wrong with that, because most people know the drug culture. If you use dope, you know the dope culture. If somebody say, hey, you want to come over, get high, that don't necessarily mean they're going to put something in their damn drink. They give them to them out in the open. Bingo, right? Okay. So my point is, I looked at those two things a little different. And I'm talking about when he had that deposition or that testimony that was sealed. Now, When I saw all those women 60 and over 60 something women, I was like, what the fuck? This is going too crazy now. So Bill, you're you're a pervert. You know, you have proclivities that are horrible. That's and I'm just talking about not I want to talk about it from 2 points, and I hope because I'm laughing, y'all don't think that I think this is a joke. This is really what you call disassociation. And I think that's what I'm doing right now, but oh fucking well. Um, I just I can't imagine somebody giving somebody pills and you knew when you went to their house, you didn't feel the same. And then you go back because they got money. Well, you sold your soul. And I don't think that that's just all in the game of life. Every woman wouldn't sell her soul like that. As soon as she felt something funny, you know, she wouldn't go back no more and she wouldn't accept gifts anymore. And she'd go to the police and, you know, she'd do what she had to do. I think my mother told me a story once about that's what happened to her. And the people that she was living with, they got mad at her and they wouldn't speak to her anymore. And she was a young lady and she was a teenager. But she said she refused to have somebody violate her like that. And I thought that was really wonderful. You know, um, all of us didn't have that experience. And she didn't set up that same environment for me. You know, I didn't feel like I could tell her anything. But that's another whole story. What I'm trying to say is Constance kept on going back to Bill's house. I have a problem with that. Paying for her schooling or, the story, all of it. Now, with that being said, I also have a problem with Bill Cosby and all these women. For two reasons. Why would you want somebody to be half dead and you having sex with them? I thought the pleasure is for the people to be alive and interacting and interchanging and, talking that shit to each other. You got to be alive. How could you do that with somebody just laying out like that? And what the hell is that? That's the part that just insulted me more than anything. It's like, why would you even want to have sex like that, Bill? What kind of shit is that? You like people laying out, knocked out of their minds, not even responding. And if that's what you like, you should be stopped. It made me wonder, Camille, do he knock your ass out too? I mean, what? Look, I'm getting ready to go because I'm getting too crazy here. Y'all already know. So I'm just gonna go. And all that whole situation with Bill Cosby is a mistrial, yes. And they're gonna probably do it again. But I don't think he should go to jail. I think it's a mess. It is too long ago. But it doesn't really matter because he's a destroyed man. They destroyed him regardless, and that was a takedown on a whole higher level, and I still stand by that. Okay, all right, I'm out. If you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time in the mental house. Bye bye.